Next, I am going to explain about section 7, subsections 1B. Okay. Now, before we go further, guys, I want to tell you section 7, section 1B is very special compared to the other sections. Okay, section 7, section 1A, C and D. Why? Because under B, there are two ways on how to get resident. Okay. Another one under section 7, section 1B, we also have one concept known as temporary absent. First, let's take a look on definition of section 7, subsection 1B. Okay, what is B? Stay in Malaysia less than 182 days. Guys, for A, stay in Malaysia for at least 182 days, isn't it? But under B, stay in Malaysia less than 182 days, meaning to say starting from 181 days or less. Okay. In a basis year, meaning to say in a year, you stay in Malaysia less than 182 days. However, but the period is either link by or link to. Alright, link by or link to. So meaning to say, guys, like this. Okay, the taxpayer stay in Malaysia less than 182 days. However, alright, the period can be linked to. Linked by, meaning to say, we need to refer to preceding YA. So what does it mean by preceding YA? We are going to refer to last year. Last year. For example, let's say our current year or this year is 2024. So if we need to use link by, meaning to say we are going to refer to 2023. Okay, this is what we call as link by. Okay, link to, we need to refer to immediate following year. Meaning to say our current year is 2024. So immediate following year meaning to say next year. Next year will be YA 2025. This is what it means by section 7, subsection 1B. So to put it in simple way, guys, section 7, section 1B actually, you stay in Malaysia less than 182 days. But you can ask help from last year or next year. So last year we call it as link by. So next year we call it as link to. So we need help from these 2 years. So what kind of help? We need help from 182 days consecutively. So what kind of help, right? We need 182 days consecutively, either from last year or next year. Let me explain to you guys the concept of temporary absent. Okay, absent means you are not in Malaysia. Okay, so guys, this concept, we use this concept only for section 7, subsections 1B, not for other sections. Okay, other sections mean A, C and also D. That's why, guys, under section 7, section 1B, it is very special because there are two ways, and also we also have the concept of temporary absent. Okay, still remember, guys, earlier I told you that we need help from next year or previous year. So what kind of help? We need 182 days consecutively. Isn't it? Again, what does it mean by consecutively? The period is continuous. Continuous, For example, let's say 1st January until 10 January. Followed by 13 January until 31st January. Let's see, guys. This period consecutive or not? Look at here, guys. What does it mean by consecutive? 1st January until 10 January consecutive. Isn't it? The period is not putus-putus. And suppose after 10 January, our next date will be 11 January. right? And then suddenly here, we start with 13 January. So where is 11 January until 12 January? So these 2 days are missing, isn't it? Okay, now, that's why when the period is missing, you cannot say that the period 182 days is consecutive. But under B, we try to get the period consecutive. That's why we can apply the concept of temporary absent. Okay, temporary absent, if you guys look at point number 2, where the period of temporary absent, meaning to say the taxpayer, the individual is not in Malaysia. For example, these 2 days. These 2 days, the taxpayer is missing from Malaysia. Alright, he was not in Malaysia. But we assume he is in Malaysia for these 2 days in order to make sure the period is consecutive. Okay. Alright, provided guys, look at here. Provided that individual must be in Malaysia immediately prior. Prior mean before. And after temporary absent. Alright. Now, it is quite confusing, isn't it, guys? Okay, let me try to re-explain again. Now, the concept of temporary absent is, okay, number 1, we only apply TA for section 7, subsection 1B. Why? Why do we need TA under B? Because under B, the condition is you must get 182 days consecutively. So the period must be continuously. Cannot be putus-putus here and there. So to ensure that the period is consecutive, alright, so we can use the concept of temporary absent. So what is temporary absent? The taxpayer is not in Malaysia, but we assume he is in Malaysia. So with that assumption, the period will become consecutive. For example, look at these 2 days, guys. Okay, period is not consecutive, right? Why? Because 11 January until 12 January are missing. Let's say these 2 days, it falls under one of the category under temporary absent. We assume that even though the taxpayer was not in Malaysia from 11 January to 12 January, we assume he is in Malaysia. Therefore, these 2 days will be counted in the computation of 182 days. But to ensure that you can apply TA, make sure that before and after TA, the taxpayer must be physically present in Malaysia. For example, so temporary absence start 11 January. Okay, 10 January. Taxpayer is present in Malaysia or not? Yes. See, we have 10 January. Okay, last TA 12 January. So after TA, do we have 13 January? Yes. So due to that, we can apply this TA. Hopefully, you guys can understand a little bit what is temporary absent. Okay, let me summarize it again for you guys. Okay, look at the summary. Temporary absence is treated as physical present. So what does it mean by treated as physical present? Actually, the taxpayer is not in Malaysia, but we assume he is physically present in Malaysia. Okay. Number 2. TA can only be used for section 7, subsection 1B, not for the other section. So what does it mean by B? Under B, there are 2 ways, right? Link to or link by. Okay, guys. Now, temporary absent, there are 3 categories. So the first category of temporary absent is individuals service in Malaysia. Meaning to say the individual is working in Malaysia, not working outside Malaysia, working in Malaysia. So if the taxpayer is not working in Malaysia, you cannot apply number 1. This is wrong. Alright? Okay, let's read together with me, everyone. Okay, absent. Meaning to say the taxpayer is absent from Malaysia because of connected with individual service in Malaysia. Meaning to say the company send the taxpayer to overseas for what reason? Maybe attending conferences, seminar, study abroad, meeting and so on. So in short, the taxpayer is not in Malaysia because of the company in Malaysia sent him to overseas to do something on behalf of the company. So this one falls under category number 1. Okay, category number 2, owing to ill health, meaning to say somebody is sick. So in this case, absent owing to ill health, meaning to say the taxpayer is not in Malaysia because of, okay, who is sick? Number 1, himself. He himself is sick. For example, okay, let's take me as an example. Let's say that I am sick. So I need to get treatment in overseas. Let's say I have to get treatment to hospital in Singapore. So let's say I was in the hospital last year, starting from January until April. April last year. So 4 months I was absent from Malaysia last year. So 4 months. The reason because of what, guys? Because I was sick. I need to get treatment at Singapore, isn't it? So due to that, this 4 months, even though I was not in Malaysia, but I was considered as physically present in Malaysia. Okay. Alright, next. Beside you yourself is sick. Or, so we have another or. The member of his immediate family. So based on IRB, definition of immediate family member means your spouse, meaning to say husband, wife. Okay, if you have more than one wife, okay, wife. Okay, children and also parents. So normally, guys, parent is referring to biological parent or legally adopted parents. So how about sibling, grandfather, grandmother, auntie, uncle, cousin? Sorry, no. So if you visit them, so if you accompany them to get treatment, no. That one is considered as you are absent from Malaysia. Okay, so let me give you guys one example. Okay, let's say that my husband is sick. And then he needs to get treatment at UK, hospital in UK. And then I accompany my husband. 1 year, I accompany him to UK. So what happened to that 1 year, guys? I was absent from Malaysia. But I was considered to be in Malaysia. Because this one falls under temporary absence. Okay? Alright, next. Number 3. This is very important, guys. Listen very carefully. Okay? So, social visit. Guys, social visit is different compared to number 1 and number 2. Because number 1 and number 2, there is no restriction number of days. It could be 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, a year. It doesn't matter. But social visit, guys, we have limit in terms of days. How many days? Only 14 days. Not more than 14 days. 15 days onward is considered as not social visit anymore. Okay, so what is social visit? Social visit is, okay, you go on vacation outside Malaysia. Let's say the taxpayer is from UK. So he went back to UK to visit his wife, okay, his children, maybe to celebrate New Year, celebrate Christmas, something like that. Okay, you went back to your home country or go on vacation. So between our calendar year, guys, okay, in a year, in order for you to compute 10%, okay, social visit in the year, make sure does not exceed 14 days, not more than 14 days. So what happened? If your social visit is 15 days, already more than 14 days, isn't it? So the whole period, 15 days, is not considered as TA. So you are considered as being absent from Malaysia. Alright? Okay, for temporary absent, everyone, you just need to fulfill one of 3. Not all, one of 3. As long as the reason you absent from Malaysia falls under one of these 3 categories of temporary absent, therefore you are considered as being in Malaysia. Okay, are you ready, guys? Okay, let me show you guys section 7, subsection 1B. I'm going to show you guys the first one. Okay, we have 2, right? Link 2 and link by. Let's take a look on link 2. Okay, first, what does it mean by link 2, guys? We need help from next year. We need help from next year. So, in order for you to do link to, there are two conditions that you must fulfill. Okay, two conditions. You must fulfill both, not one of these two conditions. You fulfill both. Okay, condition number one, guys. Okay, you must have at least one day in December for the current year. At least one day in December for the current year. Okay, and then this one day could also be temporary absent. So meaning to say temporary absent can also be accepted if not physically present. Okay, this is condition number one. Alright, condition number two. Okay, condition number two, starting from 1st January next year. It must be 1st January. Okay, 1st January next year. Make sure that you have 182 days consecutively. So if the period is not consecutive, the reason because of TA, we accept. That's why including temporary absent. But please make sure guys, if you use TA to form 182 days, make sure before and after TA, individual must be present in Malaysia. So this is the conditions. Okay, it's quite confusing. You cannot imagine how do we apply these two conditions, isn't it? So due to that, I'm going to show you guys tutorial questions. Okay, let's do question March 2024. Guys, do you still remember that for section 7, subsection 1A, I already discussed question March 2024. Okay, this one is done. This one also done. Okay, now, I would like to show you guys our next year. Next year, it will be 2019. Okay, 2019. Guys, can you see we have notes here? Note number 1 and also note number 2, isn't it? Normally, notes might be temporary absent. I said might be, not confirmed. So what should we do? You guys need to read the notes and then you identify whether the notes is TA or not TA. Alright? Okay, let's take a look on notes number 1. Alright. He flew back to Germany. Remember, he is from Germany. Meaning to say he went back to his home country. Okay, starting from, look at here, starting from 29 December 2019 until 5th January 2020. Why? To celebrate Christmas and also New Year with his family. So guys, 29 December until 5th January, he was absent from Malaysia. And the reason because of what? Celebrate Christmas and New Year. Okay, does it falls under temporary absent? Temporary absent, there are 3. Isn't it? Category number 1, related to work, it is not suitable. Category number 2, ill health, also not suitable. How about category number 3? Category number 3 is social visit, isn't it? Remember guys, social visit, we have limit 14 days. Not more than 14 days. Okay, let's compute. How many days? 29 December until 5th January. Okay, let's settle 2019 first. So 2019 December 31 minus 29 plus 1. Okay, January until 5th, right? Okay, plus 5. So I got here guys 8 days. Guys, 8 days is less than 14, right? Therefore, note number 1 is temporary absent. So you need to record in your answer later. Alright? Okay, so let's do 2019. Okay, 2019, our period. Okay, first 2019 is here. Okay, copy and paste. 1st July until 27 November. Followed by 3rd December until 28 December. Guys, don't forget about our TA. Guys, our TA, if you look at here, our date 29 December 19 until 5th January 20 overlap 2 years. What are the 2 years? 2019 and also 2020, right? So I want you guys to split the period based on year. You cannot mix up the period. You cannot combine the period. Okay, let's focus for 2019. So 2019, 29 December until 31st December. This is temporary absent. Okay, let's continue. Record our TA for 2020. Okay, do it for 2020. So continue our TA 1st January until 5th January. Alright. So at the same time, guys, let's do our 2020 since now we are recording TA for 2020, right? Let's record 2020. Okay, so 2020 continue 6th January until 31st July. Okay, now we have done recording our period of stay. So let's calculate our number of days. Okay, so 2019, the date here start from 1st July. Isn't it? So 1st July, so you guys are going to take July 31 days. So here we have July 31. Okay, July 31. Okay, plus August 31, plus September 30, plus October 31, November 27. So you should get 150. Okay, how about the second row? This one 3rd December until 28 December, right? Same month. So take the second date, 28, minus 3 plus 1. So you will get 26. Okay, how about our TA? Okay, this one same month. So 31 minus 29 plus 1. So you will get 3 days. Okay. Now guys, let's total up. Okay, when you guys total up, okay, before you total up number of days, I know there is a TA here. Can you see there is a TA here? Be careful, guys. Remember the concept of TA? I said TA can only be used if you want to use section 7, section 1B. What are we doing right now, guys? Are we doing B? No, not yet. We don't even have number of days. We don't even try A yet. How could we do B? Isn't it? That's why every time you guys total up number of days, alright, please exclude TA. Exclude TA. Do not include TA. So that's why when you total up 150 plus 26, you will get 176 days. Do not include TA because TA can only be used only for B. We are not doing B now. Okay, hopefully that is clear. Alright? Okay, now let's determine the resident status for 2019. Guys, very obvious. Can we apply A? No. Because A, you need to stay in Malaysia 182 days. This one is less than 182. So you cannot use A. Okay, let's try B. Okay, let's try B. Okay, B. Okay, there are two situations, right? Link 2 and Limbai. Limbai, we need help from 2018. Link 2, we need help from 2020. But I don't want to use Limbai. I want to show you guys Link 2. So in this question, we cannot use Limbai. Okay, let's try Link 2. Link 2 means say we need help from next year. So next year is YA 2020. Okay, let me highlight this one. YA 2020. Oh, okay, this one YA 2020. Okay, what kind of help? 182 days consecutively. Okay, now everyone, I want you to imagine. Imagine guys, okay? So what are we going to imagine here? Let me highlight this one, Okay, I want you guys to imagine. How do we cross over from 2019 to YA 2020? They are terms and conditions. Okay, so condition number 1, it is very hard to explain if you guys cannot see this. That's why I prepare for you calendar for 2019 and calendar for 2020. Okay, our calendar start from January until 31st December, right? Okay, guys, imagine. So this is us 2019. So now we want to cross over to 2020, isn't it? That's why condition number 1, the months that you must have in 2019 is December. You must have December. Without December, you cannot connect to next year. So December, guys, the condition is you must have at least 1 day, including T8. If not physical present, including T8 also we accept. 1 day in December. So in this case, guys, if you look at our period for 2019, yes, we have more than 1 day in December, isn't it? Okay, let's say I would like to take 31st December. So first condition satisfied. This is condition number 1. Alright? Okay, condition number 1. Now, guys, we go to condition number 2. We go to condition number 2. So now, first condition satisfied. So this year, go to next year, guys. After 31st December, you will see what date first? 1st January 2020. This is a must. You must have 1st January. 1st January 2020. Okay, now you guys go down here. Do we have 1st January? Yes, we do. However, guys, 1st January is temporary absent. Can we use temporary absent? Now we can use because we are doing link to. However, there are terms and conditions. Term and condition is make sure before and after TA, the taxpayer is physically present in Malaysia. Okay, now, TA start 29 December until 5th January, isn't it? So before 29 December, what is the date? 28 December. Do we have that? Yes, we do. Okay, after TA. Last TA, 5th January. So after 5th January, do we have 6th January? Yes, we do. So now we can use this TA. Okay, can you understand it, guys? We can use this TA. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's find our 182 days at YA 2020, not YA 2019. Okay, YA 2023, let's find 182 days. Okay, now we can use this TA, betul? Okay, now this TA, how many days, everyone? 5 days. Now we got 5 days. It is not enough. I need 182. So what should we do when it is not enough, everyone? Okay, guys, what should we do? Go down. Okay, go down. Now, just now until 5th January, betul? Okay, go down here, make sure period consecutive. 5th January, after 5th, 6th, isn't it? Okay, consecutive. Alright, so now, 6th January until 31st July. Period is consecutive, right? How many days? 208. 208. So guys, how many days we got from 2020? TA 5 days. Plus 208, in fact, total up these two more than 182, isn't it? So what happened to 2019? That's why it will be resident under section 7, subsection 1B. How do we give reason? Okay, exactly like definition. Stay in Malaysia less than 182 days. One tick. But the period is linked to. What is the year that we need help from link to? 2020. Okay, mentioned here. YA 2020. Okay, 2 marks. What kind of help that we need from YA 2020? 182 days consecutively. At least 182 days consecutively, including TA. So this is how you give reason for section 7, subsections 1B. If limbai, you just change link 2 to limbai. Okay, guys, let's continue YA 2020. Okay, next, let's total up YA 2020. Okay, total up, guys. Remember, what are we doing right now, guys? No more B. B done for 2019. We are going to start fresh again. Let's total up number of days. Guys, be careful. When you total up number of days, do not add TA. TA can only be added if you are using B. We are not using B right now. We don't even have number of days yet. Okay, so exclude TA, number of days is 208. Alright, 208, guys, very clear cut. So what section we can use for 208, guys? Section 7, subsection 1A. Stay in Malaysia at least 182 days, and this one is more than 182 days. Okay, so I guess that's all for question March 2024. Second part under section 7, section 1B is link by. Alright, guys. For link by, exactly like link to, there are two conditions. Alright? Okay, first, before you can reverse backward, okay, in the current year, make sure that you have at least 1 day in January. Just 1 day. Let's say there is no 1 day in January. However, the reason is because of TA. We accept as well because TA can be accepted if not physically present because right now we are doing B. Okay, so after we have 1 day in January, so you reverse back, make sure that you have 31st December, previous year. 31st December. So starting from 31st December backward, make sure that you guys form 182 days consecutively. So if the period is not consecutive because of TA, we accept the period because TA can be accepted for B. However, guys, make sure if you want to use temporary absent, before and also after TA, the taxpayer must be physically present in Malaysia. If not, we cannot accept that TA. So these are the condition for link by. Okay, let me show you guys one tutorial question, which is July 2021. The name of the taxpayer is Carlos. Okay, guys, let's take a look on this question together. Alright, Carlos. He is a chef from Africa. And then he signed contract with Hotel La Costa located in Janda Baik, Pahang since June 2016. He received his employment income on monthly basis. So Carlos has never been in Malaysia before joining Hotel La Costa, and his pattern of stays in Malaysia are as follows. So what does it mean by this sentence, guys? Carlos has never been in Malaysia, meaning to say before June 2016, he was never been in Malaysia. This is what it means. Okay, so from the table given here, we have year, periods of stay, and then we have note, isn't it? Okay, guys, let's read the notes. Let's read the note. Okay, number 1, Carlos left Malaysia. Okay, look at the reason why he was not in Malaysia. Because of his medical treatment. So he was sick. What's the date? 18 April 2016. Be careful. This is year 2016. 16 Okay, until 17 July 2016. Guys, the reason he left Malaysia to get treatment. So this one falls under one of 3 categories of TA, right? Which is category number 2. Ill health. Therefore, what happened to the number 1? Confirm this is temporary absent. Alright, how about notes number 2? So he left Malaysia for social visit. Okay, the keyword here is social visit. Starting from 18 December 2016 until 31st December. Guys, among 3 TAs, only 1 TA we have restriction in terms of number of days, which is social visit. Social visit cannot more than 14 days. Okay, let's check it out. How many days? 18 until 31st December. So 31 minus 18 plus 1, I got here exactly 14 days. Guys, exactly. Meaning to say not more than 14, right? Exact 14 days. Exactly 14 days. So what happened to the number 2? This is also TA. So we need to record in our format. Okay, guys, let's record for 2016. Okay, 2016, what do we have here? 20th March until 17th April. Okay, 1. Followed by, okay guys, make sure the period is consecutive. Okay, you guys make sure this one Okay, so after 17th April, okay, you guys need to record notes first. Notes first. Because this one note is continuation from 17 April. So this one 18 April until 17 July. This is TA, right? Okay, TA you record here. TA. Okay, followed by 18 July until 31st December. However, guys, remember, note number 2, 18 December until 31st. This is TA, isn't it? So you need to record separately. So meaning to say the date here, 18 July, you cannot record straight, go to 31st December. No. So you need to split this period. So this one, TA 18, meaning to say this one up until 17 December. Alright? Okay, and then record TA 18 December until 31st December. Okay, settle for 2016. Okay, let's compute, everyone. Okay, the first row here. This one start from 20th March. Isn't it? Therefore, how do we compute? 31 March minus 20. Don't forget to plus 1. And then April until 17, right? So you guys plus 17. So you should get 29 days. Okay? Alright, number 2, TA. Okay, so 18 April. So April 30, you guys minus 18 plus 1. And then May 31. June 30, July plus 17. So you will get 91. Okay, followed by 18 July until 17 December. Okay, July 31 minus 18 plus 1. Okay, and then August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30 plus 17. So you will get 153. Okay, next. This one is our TA. TA already computed here. 14 days. Okay, step number 1, guys. Let's total up. Guys, do you still remember what I told you during link 2? Whenever you have TA, be careful. Because when you total up number of days, do not include TA. Because TA is used to compute B. Alright, not to compute number of days. So due to that, 29 plus 153, I got here 182. Okay, guys, let's determine the status for 2016. Let's start with A. A, stay in Malaysia, minimum 182. And we have exactly 182 here, isn't it? So that's why under 2016, resident, section 7, subsections 1A. Okay, how do we give reason? Stay in Malaysia for at least 182 days. Alright. 2017. Okay, record the period. 1st January until 28 January. So how many days? 28 days. Okay, guys, let's try to use A. Can we use A, everyone? Very clear. This one less than 182, right? So we cannot use A. How about B? Okay, B we have two ways, link 2 and link by. Okay, let's try link 2. Link 2, guys, first condition for link 2, for 2017, in order to link 17 to 2018, you need at least 1 day in December. We don't even have December. Isn't it? So you cannot apply link 2. So now let's try link by. What does it mean by link by? We need help from last year. So last year was 2016. Isn't it? Okay, guys, let me prepare the calendar for you. This is calendar for 2016, 1st January, 31st December. This is calendar 1st January 17 until 31st December 17. So where are we? We are here. So we are here in 2017. So now we need help from 2016. Isn't it? That's why condition number 1, before you can cross over or you go backward to 2016, condition number 1 is in 2017. You must have at least 1 day in January 2017. In fact, we have more than 1 day. Isn't it? Okay, for example, let's take 1st January. So condition number 1, fulfill. Okay, now we reverse back to 2016. The first date that we see is 31st December. Do we have 31st December, guys? Yes, we do. However, 31st December is TA. We are doing B. We can use TA. But before that, you need to check. Before and after TA, Carlos must be in Malaysia. Okay, TA start 18 December. So before 18, 17, okay, present in Malaysia. Last TA, 31st December. So after 31st December, 1st January, 17, isn't it? Okay, present in Malaysia. So now we can use this TA. So we can use this TA, everyone. Okay, so this TA, we can apply this 14 days. Okay, so 182 plus TA, okay, 14 days, not enough. Isn't it? 14 is not enough. So what should we do? Go up here. So make sure period is consecutive. 17 December to 18 consecutive, isn't it? Okay, how many days, everyone? 153. So 153 plus 14, we got 1, 9. Okay, how many days is it? 1, 6, 7, right? 167 days. Still not enough. I need 182. So what should we do? Okay, go up here. Go up here. Make sure period consecutive first. 17 July to 18 July consecutive. However, guys, this is TA, isn't it? Before you can use TA, alright, you need to make sure period before and after present in Malaysia. Okay, let's check it out. TA start 18 April. So before 18, do we have 17? Yes. Last TA 17 July. So after 17 July, 18 July, yes? Okay, meaning to say before and after present in Malaysia. Isn't it? Okay, now we can add this TA. Okay, we need 182 days including TA. Okay, 91 plus 153 plus 40, more than 182, isn't it, guys? More than 182. Therefore, what happened to 2017? Resident under section 7, subsection 1B. Okay, how do we give reason? Stay in Malaysia less than 182 days, 1 mark. But the period is linked by which year? 2016. For how many days? At least 182 days consecutively, including TA. This is how we do link by. Hopefully, you guys can differentiate between link to and link by. Guys, based on my explanation, 1st January and 31st December always related to each other. Isn't it? So it could be physically present, so it could be TA. It doesn't matter as long as these two dates are there. Alright? Okay, I guess that's all for question July 2021.